So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video here on the channel. My name is Montel Gordon, and in today's video we actually got something extremely crucial to actually dive into and dissect, because I keep seeing this one absolutely just detrimental flaw most e-commerce business owners are actually making, or most e-commerce advertisers are actually making when it comes to their Facebook ads and actually scaling businesses up using Facebook ads for e-commerce business owners. Now what I'm actually going to be touching upon in this video is extremely important. It literally could mean the difference between you going broke with your Facebook ads and it actually just being a complete flop and waste of your money, to it either being something that actually helps you scale your business to 6 and 7 figures like we routinely do here at the agency. If you want to see more on that, I literally just dropped a whole case study on my channel talking about this as well, so go back on my channel. I might leave it in the card or something like that, on how we literally took a business from 0 and actually made them 12k with their Facebook ads in a matter of like 24 days of actually having the ads live to actually ending the ads. So with that being said, I'll also leave some more case studies in a link below. But guys, that's enough plugs. Let's jump straight into this. And before I actually do that, if you're new around here, please drop a like, comment and subscribe, because it really does help me out here on the channel. And guys, if you're new around here, please make sure you turn on the little notification bell, because it really helps me out with the channel as well, and you get notified every time I drop a upload, so you can actually stay in the loop with all this Facebook ad stuff and all the changes and everything you basically need to know about e-commerce and Facebook ads and building an agency as well. So let's jump into this. So guys, Facebook ads for e-commerce businesses, the fatal flaw you guys are actually making, the number one fatal flaw, should I say, the number one fatal flaw, if I was to wrap it up just before in summary, would be you guys are being too short-sighted with your ads. You're concentrating too much on getting a 10x ROAS on the front end instead of playing the long-term game and ensuring you have a funnel that's actually working and can either get you repeat customers or you can cross-sell and upsell. Now I'm going to explain what this basically means in this particular video, but this right here is literally the key. If I was to sum it up, you guys are way too short-sighted. You're not concentrating on the right things. You're just trying to get a 10x ROAS on the actual front end. And believe me, I've spoken to a lot of e-commerce business owners where they're like, well, if you can't come into my business and get me a 10x ROAS in 30 days, we're not working with you. I understand and I can see why they want a 10x ROAS on the front end. But guys, believe me, Facebook ads is not a place where you go to make a quick buck. This is a place where you can actually grow real businesses to 6, 7, even 8 figures. And it's a long-term strategy that you have to be consistent with and actually understand and respect as well. So I'm going to give you a real example. Would you spend $5,000 on ads to actually make 5,000 profit back? Now you probably answered, no way in hell I would do that, Montel. What are you actually talking about? Or you probably said something on the lines of, what is the actual point in doing something like that? If you said either of those, by the way, you're actually making a huge mistake, and I'm going to explain why here in a second, so just give me a chance. So I want to show you why this is actually a beneficial thing to your business. You see, most business owners are operating like this. I'll give you an example real quick. They have like an average order value of $70, and they after their cost of goods, their COGS if you will, they're left with like $50 profit. Now a lot of business owners will think that they can just fire up their ads account and they'll only need to spend around 10% of that to acquire a new customer, which is $5 to spend out of that $50 profit to actually acquire a customer, which obviously would be a 10x return on investment. Now who does not want a 10x return on investment? Yes, I understand it's very tempting to kind of think like this, but that's the trap. You see, this is flawed thinking, because consistently getting a cost per purchase of $5 is extremely difficult. So as you scale, guys, for example, if you're spending $100 a day on a particular ad set or something like that, those ads are going to be much more targeted than if you was to scale that up and actually you've seen that your ads are profitable and stuff like that, and then you scale that to $1,000 a day budget, you can see a drop off. And the reason why it drops off is because Facebook, your actual ads become less and less targeted. And this is something well known around the industry, that like once you start ramping up your ads, they become less and less specific, and the ROAS actually starts dropping as well. So what you should be doing is you should be willing to actually break even on your customer acquisition cost. Now this is because gaining and acquiring new customers is the most important and the expensive thing you can actually do in your business. Now hear me out. If we're following this example, this means you should be willing to spend at least $50 to acquire an initial customer on the front end. This is initially acquiring a customer on the front end. Now you're probably rolling your eyes at that, but before you turn away, let me explain to you why this is. If I was to ask you another question, and this question this time was, do you want 100 new customers per month for completely free? You would 100% yes, if you are, living in your right mind basically. Now, but the moment I ask you to spend $5,000 to acquire those customers to break even, you would immediately turn your nose up at that, not realizing you just got 100 customers for completely free. Yes, you put $5,000 in. Yes, it might look bad on your statement, for example, or on your cash flow. It might, tighten things up in your cash flow, but you've literally just gained 100 customers for completely free. You see, here's what you're not understanding, guys, and what I want to get across. if you cannot spend money to acquire a new customer, you actually don't have a business. You have something completely different. And I believe it was Russell Brunson or Dan Kennedy that actually said that first. This is how you're actually going to win in the long run, actually breaking even on your ads, especially now that the iOS 14, ordeals come around and stuff like that, and ads are becoming less and less effective and stuff like that. There are going to be ways around it, and this is one of them right here. And again, this is how you're going to win in the long run. This is going to eliminate all the really crappy advertisers that think that with Facebook ads, you should just be able to put $5 in and get a 10x ROAS straight away. You see, this is how you're exactly going to win, and all those other crappy advertisers are actually going to fall off the actual platform. So you see, what you have to do is you have to think about your back end numbers. You see, most e-commerce businesses, just depending on your actual business and on what you're actually selling, you will have repeat purchases from the customers that you've just generated for completely free. Or at least you can do some sort of cross-selling or supplementary products that you can actually sell them. So guys, here's what I'm trying to say in my long-winded way. You see, these 100 new customers that you've actually just generated for completely free, you've spent 5,000 to generate another 5,000, you've actually broken even, you've not lost any money, you've not made any money, but what you have done is you've gained 100 customers for $0. You see, these customers are not just going to fall off the face of the earth. They're actually going to become fans of your brand. They're going to become part of your email list. They're going to tell their family and their friends about your products, and they're going to become part of your retargeting list, your custom audiences, and your lookalike audiences. So this is extremely valuable, and I want you guys to understand this. So what you need to start factoring in is your lifetime customer value, because if you can get just 50% of those 100 customers you generated for free to actually convert on your average order value of $70, you're actually going to make an additional $3,500, and obviously of that, 2,500 of that will actually be sheer profit, because you spent absolutely zero to get those repeat customers, because you can actually use and implement stuff like email marketing, upsells, content marketing, all that sort of stuff. Not only that, word of mouth is going to be happening for you in the background, and you're actually going to generate sales for completely free. So you've literally just gained 100 new followers for free. 50 of them have then took it upon themselves to actually buy something else as well after their initial purchase, and that's where your profits actually come from, because you spent, again, $0 to actually acquire those customers. Even though you spent 5,000, you brought 5,000 back, so now you're at zero. Now what's happened is those people you've hit up with email marketing, you've hit up with extremely cheap Facebook and retargeting ads, and you've made profit in the back end. So it's all about your middle of funnel and bottom of funnel when it comes to the new strategies in terms of Facebook advertising. So guys, all in all, again, you've spent $5,000 to actually break even, which means you've not made a loss and you've not made a profit. And in the back end, you've actually made $2,500 net for completely free, because you acquired those customers for free. Again, not to mention the fact that they're probably all going to buy again and again and again. Or at the very least, they're going to tell their friends and family about your products, your brand, and they're probably going to buy something as well, because word of mouth is extremely important. Or if not, at the worst case scenario, you can implement very cheap retargeting ads, or even use email marketing, which is completely free. Like it says here, again, you can actually use, email marketing besides your, small subscription fee that you probably pay for your autoresponders and stuff like that, such as like Aweber or MailChimp or whatever you're actually using to handle your email list. It's completely free to email those people out, obviously, except for the subscription. So what I want you to do is get in the mindset of thinking like a SaaS business, even though you don't have a SaaS business. And let me actually break this down more. If you do have a SaaS business, then you obviously know exactly what I'm talking about. You pretty much don't need to watch anymore from this point on. So for example, most SaaS businesses, again, are willing to spend literally $200 to acquire a new customer for a $97 per month subscription. Now, on the front end, it actually sounds like they're going to be losing $103 per customer, because if they spend $200 and they only make back $97, that means it sounds like they're actually making a loss of $103 every time they generate a new customer. But they are happy to do this, and the reason why they're super happy to do this is because they know their true worth. They know the true worth and the true lifetime value of one new customer for their business. And just to give you an example, if one customer, for example, stays on as software as a service, have a recurring type of business model. If one person stays on subscribed to whatever software they're actually offering, for maybe it's ClickFunnels, for example, if somebody stays subscribed for an average of 12 months, and this is what they've actually found because they know their metrics, they are going to make $97 times 12 months, because obviously that's how long they actually stay on for. So they're actually going to make a revenue of $1,164. per one customer. And after ad cost, if you factor in the ad cost and you actually, subtract the ad cost per one customer, they're actually going to make $964 per customer, all because it cost them $103 to actually acquire a customer. They spent $200, acquired a customer at $97, so the actual cost is $103 to acquire a customer. So it looks like they're in the hole. They actually make $964 per new customer. So guys, if I was to say to a SaaS business owner that I could get them 1,000 customers at $103 each, like an actual loss of $103 each, they will genuinely jump at that and they'll be happy to do that, because they know for $10,300 they will acquire 1,000 customers that will actually on average spend $964 each over a period of 12 months. So that's actually $964,000 over a period of 12 months, because all you do is take the $964 which you're going to be spending each on average over a 12-month period, and you times it by 1,000 because you've got 1,000 new customers. You're actually going to make $964,000 over a period of 12 months. So as you can see, these SaaS business owners are willing to even spend even more than that to acquire that, because $10,000 turning that into $964,000 is absolutely insane. The return on ad spend right there is absolutely insane. So in conclusion, what you need to do as an e-commerce business owner, what you need to do is you need to figure out how to use the SaaS business model that I've just shown you profitably in your business, so you can actually acquire customers for free and then get repeat purchases in the back end, upsells in the back end, cross sells in the back end, to actually just become extremely profitable, or even do retargeting ads and making sure that you've got your middle and bottom of funnel basically down pat. So if you are an e-commerce business owner and you would like to see how we can actually help you do exactly this, basically implement what I like to call the SaaS business model into your e-commerce business, where we've got repeat customers coming in and actually purchasing. So we've got your own customers, we're generating them for completely free. And then what we're doing on the back end is getting them to come back to your store each and every month, every quarter, every half a year to actually make repeat customers. Make sure you jump on a call with me. If you're a coaching business owner as well, for example, if you're an online coach, I can actually implement this in your business too. So what I want you to do is, if you are either an e-commerce business owner or you are a coaching business owner, you sell some sort of online products and you're already making like at least 10K per month, make sure you book below. I'm actually going to leave a calendar link below so you can actually book in your free growth analysis session with me, or call if you will. So basically on this call, what we're going to be doing is going through your business, and I'm actually going to pull up a metric calculator that basically automatically, I like using that word, it basically automatically figures out how much you actually need to spend. It works out your break-even ROAS, it works out your break-even point, and it shows you exactly how much you can spend to acquire a new customer. I'm also going to be going through your actual business ads manager account, making sure that we can tighten certain things up, even if it's not my own role or right to say, but sometimes I have to help e-commerce business owners and tell them we need to increase this particular price, or we need to drop this shipping price here. Is it possible? You got any wiggle room there? Can we actually increase this or decrease this, because it's going to have a knock-on effect to our ROAS and our break-even ROAS. And which, by the way, over a large scale could actually mean the difference between scaling a business to 6 figures or 7 figures, or even just going broke. So what we'll also be doing is taking a deep dive into your funnels, making sure that your top of funnel is converting, your middle of funnel is converting, and your bottom funnel is converting. I'm also going to be asking you about your upsells, your one-click offers, your special offers, and to make sure that you basically have the right foundations going forwards, and so that you can see, before we even think about talking about running your ads and the potentiality there, we're going to be showing you exactly how profitable you will be realistically without even having to spend a single dime in order to quote unquote test like these other agencies do, that basically just spray from the hip and don't really know exactly what they're doing, to be honest with you. So my promise to you is that when you walk away from this call, you're actually going to be wondering how on earth you've been operating without knowing these metrics that I'm going to be showing you on our call. I'm going to be showing you them so vividly crystal clear that you're actually going to walk away from the call thinking, how on earth was I operating before I had this call? So that's how clear your metrics are going to be after this call. So what I want you to do is, if you're an e-commerce business owner or a coaching consultant, coach, selling some sort of online product, and you want to figure out your metrics and have actual specialists look into your ads account and stuff like that, make sure you book below here or go to the link on the screen. With that being said, guys, I hope that you take this video and really implement and think about what I'm trying to say here. On the front end, acquiring a customer at break even is not a loss in your business. Those customers don't just disappear. They actually become repeat customers if you're good at this. If you understand middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, if you understand email marketing, building email lists, having a funnel that basically turns break even into actual profit, then you can understand and use this and win in the long run. And again, this is going to be the difference between you just being an average e-commerce business to a business that actually can scale to 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, or however big you basically want your operation. Because at that point, it literally becomes of building a machine where, you know, if you put $10 into a machine, you're probably not going to see that profit for a month, but that's okay, because you know that these customers are going to come through 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line, for example, and spend $500 each or $1,000 each or even more than that. So you need to know your customer lifetime value, your funnels, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And if you want all that kind of assessed for you and basically analyzed for you, jump on a call. Again, the link is on the screen. Well, it was on the screen, I'll leave it below. So guys, with that being said, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new around here as well, make sure you remember to subscribe and actually turn on the notification bell. It really does help me out here on the channel. And guys, I will see you in the next video, which is coming up real soon. So make sure you're staying tuned. Peace.